Peace family, it's your girl Guruji Chastity, and today I'm excited to share my process to developing and discovering my core values and how I use them in my everyday life. Finding ways to connect to my inner child became a lot easier when I discovered what was important to me as an adult. My intentions for this video is to educate others on simple ways to get clear on what does and doesn't work for them. I also want to inspire others to try this exercise in hopes of giving you the tools that you need to rewrite your narrative that better suits what you're actually up to in life. Last but not least, my intention for creating this video is to entertain you as we navigate the sometimes confusing and difficult process of navigating the spiritual journey. So the first thing that I did, family, was find a list of over 40 core values. This is my original sheet. I did this early last year. Look at this sheet. It's all watered and used up. And so let me also add, I don't remember the who, the where, the when, but I found this on the online and it really inspired me to kind of freak this activity in a way that made sense to me. So the first thing that I did was write down this list of over 40 core values like authenticity, achievement, adventure, growth, happiness, reputation, religion, integrity, justice, learning, uniqueness, trust. All of these things represent different aspects of core values that we can all use to employ in our everyday life. And so first things first, I just wrote down the list. I went through the list and then I just started circling everything that resonated with me. I really wasn't caring about how many I circled, no, none of that. I was just like, circle the ones that feel like home. Once I circled all of the core values that really resonated with me, what I did was I made smaller categories so that I could break the core values into these smaller categories. Now for you, you may break your categories up in different ways because you're supposed to do it in a way that works for you. What makes sense for me is that in order to maintain internal peace, I need to look at these four aspects of myself at all times, which are, the physical aspects of myself, the mental aspects of myself, the emotional aspects of myself, and the spiritual aspects of myself. And then I added, for this particular exercise, a new category, which is the ego, right? So I personally believe in order to operate in my proper person, I need to make sure that the physical area of my life, the mental area of my life, the emotional area of my life, and the spiritual area of my life are all tended to. Meaning I have my hands in all of these aspects of myself and I'm watering these aspects. And so again, for this particular exercise, I added a new category, which is the ego. Okay? And so now the second step that I did was I took all of those core values that resonated for me and I broke them up and started to put them into these categories, right? So again, I have 5 categories that build upon each other, and it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and ego, and they all build upon one another. So I took all of those core values that resonated with me and I started to place them into these categories so that it could start to make sense for me. If you're interested in learning more about how I've created these 4 categories for myself in order to maintain internal balance, you should definitely check out my video, How to Maintain Balance. It'll definitely help and then kind of catch you up to this part of what we're doing. So the last thing that I did in order to develop core values was that now that I had these 5 categories, now I went in and I circled the leader of each category, which core value represented the essence of each category. Once I went in and found which core value represented the essence of each category, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, ego, I said, oh, there go my core values right there. Once I found the leader of all of those categories, the core value that represented everything in that category, that's how I got my core values. Now, let me share the caveat that makes all of this work is very simple, is that you just have to want it. You just have to want to know this information about yourself. You have to genuinely be curious. And what that looks like is it's not conditional, meaning, oh, I need to figure out my core values so I can be X, Y, and Z. I need to figure out my core values so I can have X, Y, and Z, right? You are not doing this, or shouldn't be inspired to do this for external purposes. Your inspiration for learning what your core values are is so that you can better understand your internal landscape, so that you can better develop self-love, so you can really build the relationship to yourself. So if you do this exercise and you find that it doesn't work, it's probably because you're overthinking it, because you're trying to get something very specific out of it beyond a deeper connection with yourself. And so when you do this exercise and you are looking through these core values, it should be really quick. You should be like, it just hits. Just allow it to flow through you. Allow the intuition, the connection, the genuine desire and intuition to lead you. Because if you're just saying, hey, I'm showing up for you, Chastity, I just want to learn more about you. Chastity couldn't wait to tell me what was going on. She said, I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this. And I said, oh, okay, sis, that's the key to making this work. You genuinely just have to want to build a better connection with yourself. And if you do it for any other reasons, you're going to find that this is difficult. When you look at the core values, it's going to be hard to choose them. You're going to be overthinking which one. When you try to figure out how you want to group them into categories, you're going to overthink that. And it's just not going to feel good. And so if you want this process to feel good, just be open, just be curious, and allow it to be. If this video has resonated with you and you're ready to try out the exercise for yourself, I've created a downloadable worksheet just for you. Go ahead and click the link in the description of this video. It's free. If it worked for you, great. If it don't, great. Until next time, I love you. Peace out.
Talk to me nice. Yeah, you know what I like. Talk to me nice. You know what I like. I can't fall for this trap.